Happy hump day, everyone. So, I guess, I'm about to do my low Muhammad act of kindness. That's why, if it looks like I'm a bit, like, deep in thought or something, I'm trying to think of what constitutes as my low. Especially my low. But, I actually do have something that makes me a little bit, sad. Not like overly sad, but it's just one of those things where, my mom is about to go visit her best friend in Chicago tomorrow. On top of all that, both of my aunts, her two sisters, they're also going to be there as well. And basically, today is her last day before she goes, and she's working. Meaning it's quite possible I won't be able to see her unless I'm the one taking her to the airport tomorrow. So, yeah, it's a bit sad. I mean, I always made an effort to make sure that before my mom ever left for any sort of trip that obviously involves going via airplane, that she and I aren't, because I mentioned before, I've said this before many times, my relationship with my family, especially my parents, is not very good. I mean, it's better than it once was, I can assure you, but I still wouldn't qualify it as great. But I still always do try to make sure that if anyone goes on like a trip or like on vacation, like everyone leaves on good terms with each other. And yeah, it's pretty much what it's going to be like today. But I'm still going to feel sad when she leaves. And she's not even going to be gone that long either. It's only going to be for, a couple of days. I think she's coming back maybe Monday, I think, or Sunday, one of those two nights. And it's not like she's not going there without purpose. I mean, I just mentioned she's going to see her best friend out in Chicago. And again, both my aunts are going to see her there, and they plan on going to like a show. They're going to go to her best friend, like mom's house, and like have like a giant like get together and stuff. Catching up, reminiscing on old times, all sorts of stuff. So it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. And, I'm just sad that today is the last day I'll be able to, here's the thing, she's working today. In fact, as we speak, she's in work right now. Because she works from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sometimes even later than that. So, it's likely I'm not going to be able to see her. Unless, I go back to my folks' place and then wait until however long it takes for her to get back. So, it's not what you would consider, ideal, but again, if nothing else, when she leaves tomorrow, it's not like she's going to be leaving on any sort of sour note. So I can take some comfort in that. And my high is I did get to see her, last night. And I saw my dad last night too, so I got to spend the evening with my folks. And my act of kindness was, because we pretty much had leftovers for dinner. And so I just pretty much set up and cleared the table when we were all done. So, yeah, my mom had a leftover, tortilla and some cheese and like a quesadilla for herself from when we had tacos the other night. And I had a leftover pork chop and potatoes. Yum. And actually, we also had tomato too. The tomato was good. A little salt and pepper. And I had some celery. Celery's good. I like celery. Of course, I will admit celery's a lot better when you have like some sort of dressing to go with it, like ranch or like the Caesar dressing that comes from a bottle. That's actually great. Seriously, try and the best part is celery is like so great. You just like pour the dressing like in the little like sort of like half pipe rib thing that the celery is, and it just stays there. It's actually quite convenient. So before I went home, I watched more of The Voice with my mom. And my mom was watching the season finale of The Bachelorette, which, I don't think I ever have mentioned this before, but I actually have seen one season of The Bachelor many years ago. I'll never forget this story because it actually came out at a time when because here's the thing, when a kid's growing up, they're either, they don't have any sort of feelings towards one gender or the other, and when I saw this season of The Bachelor, this was right around the time when I started liking girls. So, yeah, I should tell that story, shouldn't I? So, I did the intro. Yeah, why not? Before I get into that story, though, I gotta tell you, because I'm watching the season finale of The Bachelorette last night with my mom. And I didn't stay for the whole thing. I mean, it was 3 hours long. It would have been midnight by the time I went to bed. Because remember, I had to go from my folks' house back to here in Elmira. It would have been midnight, 12:30. I did not want to do that. So, this is actually a pet peeve of mine. It really is. But many times during these videos, I've acted as if I was jokingly saying, I'm, some idiot who doesn't have a girlfriend, I joke, I half joke. Because on the one hand, I know it's going to happen for me one day. Of course I know it is. But one of my all-time biggest pet peeves is I've had zero luck in that department. Pretty much zero luck. I mean, I did have a girlfriend for 3 weeks my senior year of high school, but that's really about it. And that was back in 2007. So, a good almost 15 years now. Hell, the last time I kissed a girl was March of 2013. So, I really haven't had the greatest luck. And meanwhile, you have guys or women, who find the person of their dreams, the person that they want to spend the rest of their lives with, and they wind up cheating on them. And that's exactly what happened on The Bachelorette last night. I mean, y'all propose to this woman, and you cheat on her? I mean, yeah, I know there was a lot more going over that, but whether you feel guilty or not, whether or not you feel sorry, it just really bothers me. It does. Honestly, that was always one thing that always scared me, that would happen to me. I would never cheat on whoever I'm with, but a mere accusation can cause so much damage. Because remember, it takes one accusation to ruin a reputation. Remember that. And it's easy to remember that because it rhymes. And, whenever I hear about, someone being cheated on, it really does bother me because I've had zero luck at all. And meanwhile, you have people who, I'm not going to sugarcoat this, really take a shit on what a relationship is. I hate that. I have plenty of friends who are married to the absolute loves of their lives. In fact, I literally know a couple who might as well be saying I love you to each other each and every single day. You know who you are. So people like that, those are good people. They're going to be together for the rest of their lives. You know, I mentioned, you know, how I got to live long enough to see, you know, my brother get married, engaged to be married. You know, I know for a fact that he and his wife are going to be together for the rest of their lives. Like, I just know it's going to work, you know? But then there's just some times where you hear about someone cheating on it, that just bothers me. You know, they actually get to be in a relationship and I don't. Come on, that's just not fair. My point is, if you're cheating, you deserve a beating. Okay? That should be the lesson you take from here. In fact, honestly, if for whatever reason, you know, I actually have cheated on someone and like legitimately cheated on someone, I really hope someone holds me to that standard. Like, I should feel so horrible that I want to kill myself. Remember, I should feel that way. Never will, but I should feel that way. Okay, rant over. So, I was about to talk about the only season of The Bachelor that I ever saw. And I just started ranting, I'm sorry. So, the very first time I was ever introduced to The Bachelor or The Bachelorette was 2004. It was 2004. Spring of 2004. I think it was like the third season of The Bachelor ever. And it turns out that the Bachelor himself was of, I think his name was Andrew Firestone of the Firestone Tire people. So basically, you know, rich guy. And when you're a kid who's sort of coming into his own, going through all the angst and the hormonal changes of puberty, realizing that now he likes girls, and you see a show that literally features one guy who is temporarily surrounded himself with a bunch of beautiful women, I must say, like, that's gonna get me interested. And I would watch The Bachelor weekly just to see what was going on. Eventually, you know, it got to like the very end of like the series. And I think like the girl, like if I remember correctly, the girl that wound up being chosen at the end, her name was Jen, I think it was Jen. And I'm like, man, that's like the most beautiful couple ever. Because like this woman was like absolutely gorgeous. I'm like, all right, Andrew, my man. I mean, at the very end of the day, he ultimately gets to choose who he wants to be with for the rest of his life. And this woman, whose name was Jen, like she was the one that I was hoping would win. And she did. Like, that's honestly the first time I've ever seen a reality TV show where the person I wanted to win won. Can you believe that? Actually, yeah. Like, the very first time I ever saw anyone, like, on a reality TV show, because when we all watch reality, and yeah, I know reality TV, you know, has its controversies. I'm not going to argue with that. But there's always like one character that we want to see win it all. And no kidding, this very first season of The Bachelor that I saw, way the heck back in 2003, or 4, it was 2004, excuse me. Like, that's the first time I'd ever seen a character on one of these reality shows that I liked won. I was feeling pretty confident in myself. And it really coincided with the idea that, I gotta find my Jen. So, there you go. That's the story of, you know, the very first reality TV show, that the only season of The Bachelor that, you know, I ever saw. I mean, they were like promoting like the next season of The Bachelor and stuff like that. But honestly, I never really, because like this was in 8th grade before things in my life got really busy. Because as soon as I entered high school, I had sports, I had other extracurriculars like choir, specifically the acapellas. I was doing a lot. So me being able to see The Bachelor again probably was never going to happen. But it's fine. I had that experience. And, I did take away a couple things from it. I mean, at this point, it's pretty obvious to, confirm that, I like girls. That's something. And again, it did give me my first reality TV experience where the person that I wanted to see win it all actually won it all. So it always feels like you can put that feather in your cap when you get something like that right, Like you really do feel like an aura of confidence when that happens. And I'll be honest, just like on any other reality TV show, unless it has like some specific continuities with it, like I have no idea whatever happened to that couple. But in a lot of ways it gave me hope that like if I ever found like if a girl amongst like I think it must have been like at least a dozen, like 20 girls or something like that. If one woman amongst 20 other women is able to stick it out and ultimately be with the man of her dreams, or if one guy is able to choose through, 20 beautiful women, get to know them, that's actually one good thing about The Bachelor. They really took the time to try and get everyone to know each other as best as they could. I mean, it's a reality TV show that it's only on there like an hour, maybe 2 hours a night. You can only fit so much. You can only fit so much into it. I'm sorry, I was trying to find a yawn a second ago. Where was I? Yeah, they gotta put so much in the show, so you're not gonna be able to see everything, and so not everyone is able to get to know each other better and stuff like that, and I get that. That works. But it really is, something I'm never gonna forget. And I just thought, honestly, I just thought I'd talk about it because, when you think of like reality TV shows that have lasted for, 10, 20, maybe even 30 years, depending on how long reality TV has existed, you get this sense of like these shows have staying power for a reason. And there's always going to be an audience for, a show that involves a guy choosing to find the love of his life among, 20 plus women, or in the case of The Bachelorette, 2 women going through however many guys until they find the man of their dreams. There's always going to be an audience for that. I can think of a bunch of other reality shows that have an audience. I mean, The Challenge, that I definitely used to, I would watch The Challenge whenever it was on because I really did like the competition aspect. I mean, Chop, good Lord, how long has Chop been going on now? Food Network Star, Food Network Star was a really big one, but they stopped doing that because they have enough stars on the Food Network anyway. So, I don't know, competition reality shows always have like their place in pop culture now, like it or not. And I can definitely tell you it's gotten a lot better than what was originally depicted way back in the beginning. Because eventually you find something that you like. And, for that brief period of time, any reality shows that involved romance really was my thing. I mean, admittedly, it was going to be my thing, but again, I got too busy to watch any more of that stuff. Plus, I grew up during a time when, it really wasn't considered, cool for a guy to watch stuff like that. I mean, it's okay now, obviously, but between how busy I was and, how, you want to be, you want to keep up with your boys. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be that weird kid who likes, things that are different from anyone else. Again, this was a different time. Yeah, this is like, again, 15, almost 20 years ago. Things are much different now than they were then. But that's just how it was back then. I don't know, I guess reality TV has come a long way. And plus, I'm really glad that there are shows that I watch, like America's Got Talent or The Masked Singer, which technically, I wouldn't say it's technically reality. The Masked Singer is going to be on tonight. I can't wait for that. So, I wonder if this will be another show where the person I wonder if this season of The Masked Singer will be yet another season of a reality TV show that I like to see, and that person ends up winning. Only time will tell. So I hope y'all like this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It would do the YouTube channel greatly. And as always, I am very humble that I made this video for all of you guys watching. Enjoy for today. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. And remember, if you guys want to talk to Chad, I was going to be here to lend it. I will say back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.